So this is the part B video, and I ensure you enjoy it. I'm very sure that you should have watched part A. If you have not watched part A, go to the comment section and request for it. Then I'll send you the link. Or if you cannot request for it, ensure you check the video I posted before this one. So you are going to see the part A. If you did not watch part A and you are watching part B, it's like as if, well, let me talk, but ensure you watch the both. Alright, so now let's solve this. Question number 1, this is solution. Alright, so the second term of GP is what? That will be T2, which is equals to AR. First term is A, second term is AR, and that's equals to 25, isn't it? Now said the sum to infinity of a GP, which is a 1 over, sorry, A equals to 1 minus R. Sorry, the formula is A over 1 minus R. That's the formula. Yeah, A over 1 minus R. So they said the sum to infinity is 250, or I mean 2500 over 9. They now say we should find the common ratio over 9. The common ratio, that's the R. So again, we have two equations. Let me rule this thing to divide this thing. So we have two equations, and that means AR equals to 25, equation 1. And then we have A, so we have A over 1 minus R, which is what? 2500 over 9. So now let's solve it quadratically. This is equation 2. So you can use any of the methods, simultaneous. You can use what do they call it? You can use elimination method or substitution method. So I think to make it easier, let me just use the elimination method so that everything will be fast. So for me, let me make A the subject of formula here from equation 2. So that's going to be 9A equals to 2500, or maybe I should just make, okay, anyone. You can use anyone. You can use anyone. So 2500 bracket 1 minus R. So if I should expand this bracket, 9A equals to 2500 minus 2500 R. Okay, divided the both side by 9. So my A is now 2500 minus 2500 R over 9. Though I'm only asked to get R, that was the instruction. I should only get the R. So now let me substitute this into the equation we have here. Yeah, let me substitute it into equation 1. So A from equation 1, AR equals to 25. Then what is A? My A is 2500 minus 2500 R over 9. That's my A. R equals to 25, right? So I can just open the bracket. That will be 2500 R minus 2500 R square over 9 equals to 25. So what do you think I will do next? I will just cross multiply. That will be 2500 R minus 2500 R square equals to 25 times 9 is what? 25 times 9. That's 225. 225. So I have a quadratic equation now, which is what? 2500 R minus 2500 R square equals to 225. So let me divide through by 225 to reduce the whole number. 2500 divided by 225. Is it giving me, okay? Divided by, sorry, 2500 divided by 225. It's not giving me a particular whole number. Let me try with 25 first. 2500 divided by 25. That's 100. Good. I think I should go with that. So 25, 25, and 25. So here is giving me 100R minus 100R square equals to 225 divided by 25. That's 9. Good. So now let me rearrange this. This is going to give me 100R square So minus 100r equals to minus 9. So 100r squared minus 100r plus 9 equals to 0. So I can practically solve this quadratic. So how do I solve it? Can I still reduce this number? I think no. Nothing. It cannot be reduced again. So is it factorizable? If you have 900 here, 900. Okay. Is it okay? Let me just use calculator to check the factor first. Let me just use calculator to check the factor. So 2 degree, that means 100 minus 100 then plus 9. Okay, so the answer is giving me x equals to 0.9 or 0.1. That is what is giving me in here when I just use this factor here. But is it possible for we to factorize this? Can we factorize it? Let's check. If I multiply 9 times 100, that's practically giving me 9 times 100 is 900, right? Good. So which two numbers can I multiply together that will give me 100? Let's try 900. Let me try. Okay, so well, you can use completing the square method if it is not factorizable. Or probably you use a formula method. This formula x equals to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. I believe that you should know how to go continue from here. But using calculator to do that, like this 1, 2, 3, press your 1. Okay, sorry. What I did was I pressed this mode 1, 2, 3, then equation. I press 1, then I press the shift side. It took me to degree, and then I press 2 degree. Then our a1 is 100, so press equals to b1 is minus 100, press equals to, and c is 9. So the x1 is either 0.9 or 0.1. So meaning that the common ratio is either 0.9 or 0.1. So but let's do a cross check. If the common ratio is 0.1, then the first term is going to be what? A multiplied by 0. Okay, the first term is going to be 25 over r. So which is going to be either 25 over 0.9 or 25 over 0.1. So 25 over 0.25 divided by 0.9, that's giving us 27.78, or 25 divided by 0.1, that's giving us 250. So the first term can either be 250 or 27.78. Good. So now let's now cross check whether we are correct or not. So the possible answers are, if the ratio is 0.1, then the first term is 250. Or if the ratio is 0.9, then the first term is 27.78. 27.78. All right, good. So now if we substitute this value into this expression, is it giving us this? Let's just quickly try it. Let's try it. Let me try this first one first. If I put it into this equation 1, is 0. A is 0.250 times r is 0.1. It's giving me what? Let me check. 250 multiplied by 0.1, that's 25, is correct. What about for this? A is what? 250 divided by 1 minus 0.1, 0.1, and that is 1 minus 0.1, 1 minus 0.1, that is 0.9. So I have it as 250 over 0.9. Yeah, 250 over 0.9 is same thing as 2500 over 9. Yeah, you can divide this and divide this, they will give you the same thing. 250 over 0.9, 250 over 0.9 is the same thing as 2500 over 9. Use your calculator to confirm that. You see that I'm right. So that means our answer is the R common ratio is 0.1 or 0.9. So this is the answer. Either is R is equal to 0.1 or 0.9. Here they said find the possible common ratios. That's plural. Common ratios, plural. So our answer is R is equal to 0.9 or 0.1. Good boy. Ensure you solve this one. You can use any of the methods to solve this quadratic equation. I'll just use calculator to do the answer here. All right, now let's go to the second question. Second question says that a coin is tossed 3 times. Getting that if you toss a coin, you have the head, you have the tail. This is the first time. Second time, head, tail, and the third time, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail. So the possible outcome are head, 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 tail, head, tail, head, head, tail, 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 head, head, tail, head, tail, 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 head, tail, tail, tail. How many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 possible outcomes. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. So question number 1 says that what's the probability of having 2 head and a tail? 2 head and a tail. 2 head and a tail. 1, 2, 3, 3. That will be 3 over 1 to 3 over 8. That's the answer for that one. Now for the second one, no tail, only head, no tail. That's going to be 1. That will be 1 over 8. 1 over 8. Can you see that? So for the third one, at least 2 tail, meaning that it can be, at least 2 head. Don't mind me, at least 2 head, meaning that you can have 1 head or 2 head. At least 2, meaning that you can have 3 or 2. You can have 3 head or 2 head, at least 2 head. So which is what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. That's 4. So at least 2, meaning that it can be 3, it can be 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is 4 over 8. So if we divide the fraction, that is 1 over 2. So that's the answer. If you think this video is useful for you, share it. If you think it's not useful for you, don't share it. See you in my next video. Bye.